This is the RCBS Universal Hand Priming Tool. Now in this demonstration I'm going to switch from the small primer feed primer plug to the large primer feed primer plug. The small one is the white one designated with the letter S, and the large one, the large primer feed, is designated with the letter L, and it's black. So we'll begin by holding the handle in place. You can compress it just a little bit and unscrew the safety gate screw. You don't have to take it out all the way. Then you can remove the index gate and you can relax the handle because you need the plunger to go down all the way to allow the primer feed to be extracted. Then you take your tool to remove the plunger. So in order to do that, you need to bring the primer plug all the way up. So you hold the handle closed. We'll unscrew the small one, which is silver, and we'll install the large one, which is black. Then we'll have to retract it down. If it gets stuck in the tool, you can just use the handle to free it. Next, you want to install the large primer feed, and you'll install it with the lettering out. The through hole for the primer plug will go in. Then you can close the handle or not. You just need to install the gate back in and the safety gate screw. There you go. You've switched out your hand priming tool from small pistol primers to large pistol primers. There are two holes in the primer plug removal tool, and what you can do is you can take your primer plug and you can screw it into one of those two holes, and that should help you keep that plug from getting lost. Now the primer feed comes in two pieces. It's just held together by friction, just two parts. So every once in a while, if you want to clean it, you can take it apart and brush it clean. Get some of that dirt out of there and then just put it back together. It's keyed, you can't mess it up. Now after a few thousand primers, you can take the tool that they provide you with, a small Allen wrench, and you can remove these screws here. And what you can do is we're going to be disassembling this to clean it. So with three of the screws out, you can move this top piece out of the way and disconnect the spring and remove the final screw. And you can move your top piece, your spring, your brass retaining slides, the shell case holder, and then you can clean this guy up. Put him back there. Now we're going to apply our lubrication. We'll put one drop of oil right here and another one right here. Now what you want to notice on reassembly is this is not a uniform cut. There's a beveled edge here and this side is shorter. You want this shorter side to face where the brass is going to be fed into it, and then you want the bevel side up. So you reassemble it like so. So we have the bevel side up, and then the cut sides towards the opening. Alright, and then we put a drop of oil here and a drop of oil there. Next, you want to put your spring on and your top cap. And we'll get one of these guys started here. Next, you want to bring your spring around and capture everything. Install your second screw. Then we'll install the final two screws. Make sure all four screws are snug down here. Now I'll just test it with a piece of brass here. In, out smoothly, in smoothly, out smoothly. Alright, all back together. And the last feature is this little screw right here, and what that does is you can use it to lock the handle down, and that may be convenient at times for you when you're working on it, storing it, changing out the primer pieces from large to small. I really don't use it. I think you need it when you first purchase it to get the primer plunger in there, but besides that I really haven't used it since. But it is there if you need it. Every once in a while when you have it apart and you're changing out the primer plunger, this whole thing will come apart. There's a spring in here and you'll have to work all the piece parts back together in there to get it all assembled correctly. But as you can see, it's not that difficult.